Hello, good morning. Well, today we're going to have the review of narrative tenses part 2. Remember that last week we saw the first part, past continuous with past simple, that the ongoing action, the action that was in progress, we were going to use past continuous, and we were going to use simple past in the action that interrupted the story we were telling. Okay, so today we're going to go to the second part, and now we're going to use past simple as the action, as the main action we're talking about, and we're going to use past perfect to talk about an action that happened before than the main action that we're talking. So let's go. Let's take a look at this sentence. I went to your house to pick you up. It's past simple. But what happened before? You left your house. You had left already. We're gonna see when are we gonna use already, and we're gonna check the structure of past perfect. So let's go. Well, I just want to remember you that we use simple past to describe the main events of a story in a chronological order. And we use past continuous, well, to set the scene and to describe actions or situations that were in progress, that hadn't finished at a certain point in the story. And well, today we're going to use past perfect, and we use it to describe events that happened earlier in the past. Let's see the grammar structure of past perfect. We had subject or pronoun, and we have to use the auxiliary had and the verb in past participle, okay? She had finished the test. When we're talking about negatives, well, we just said not. She hadn't finished the test. Auxiliary had, but with not, and the contraction hadn't. Remember the verb in past participle. Let's see an example. We use past perfect to describe an action finished before another past action. Richard had gone out when his wife arrived to the office. Okay, so we have an action that his wife arrived to the office. His wife arrived to the office. We're going to use simple past, but we're going to use past perfect to talk about an action that happened before another past action. Richard had gone, so I'm going to use the structure, subject or pronoun, Richard, had as an auxiliary, and gone, the verb in past participle. Let's see another example. We have this event. I got stuck in the traffic. But an action that happened before is there was an accident. So I also use narrative tenses to describe cause and effect, and we have to combine with past simple. The first action, I got stuck in the traffic. I got stuck in the traffic. But there was an action before that I have to use past perfect. There had been an accident. Okay, now remember, auxiliary had, the verb in past participle, remember, is, was and were, simple past, and been is a past participle. As you could notice here, we could use also because as a connector. We could use when, because, and we're going to continue seeing more connectors. Another example. He cooked dinner for me. This is a simple past action, but something happened before I ate. So he cooked dinner for me, but I had eaten already. So the auxiliary had, the verb in past participle, and I'm having here another word, already. So we're going to use already with affirmative sentences, something that already happened. And as I could see here, I have another connector, but. So I could use when, I could use because, and I could use but. Another example, she called you at work, is the simple past action. Let's see the past perfect action. You have not arrived to work. So she tried to call you at work, but you hadn't arrived yet. Hadn't, it's a negative sentence, and you're going to use yet with negative. You're going to use already with affirmative. She called you at work, but you hadn't arrived yet. Remember, you cannot use have, you have to use had as the past perfect. Have and has are for present perfect, but here we're using had, and the negative is hadn't, the verb in past participle. Now it's your turn. Practice with these sentences. Please be careful to see in which sentence you're going to use simple past and in which sentence you're going to use past perfect. Remember, the past perfect action is what? Yes, it's when you have an action in past, but it happened before the main action. So please try to do them by your own and conjugate the verbs in simple past or past perfect. If you have any doubt, please call me and I'll be happy to help you. Bye-bye.